Okay, I'm putting an addendum at the front. Andres Hidalgo asked me, what's the biggest obstacle to being a budget traveler? Low self-esteem. Low self-esteem requires people to live in very expensive hotels, and they have to seek status as opposed to price. The second thing is mathematics skills. Now I'll show you the rest of the video. Thank you, Andres. Okay, it's Andy Graham sitting in front of my secret hotel in Lomé, Togo. They have a little like restaurant type thing in front, eating ice cream for breakfast. I'm not tied to any social routines that you guys are. I have no problem eating ice cream for breakfast. Just call it milk, okay? Okay, Andres Hidalgo from Ciudad, Colombia. He wrote for me when he was in Cuba. He's one of my friends I've known for years and years. He asked a very good question. He says, what's the biggest obstacle to people being budget travelers? The biggest obstacle is really our math skills, okay? Other than, I will say, social status is the reason why people go get into 5-star hotels. It has nothing to do with budget travel. But a budget traveler, the biggest impediment to people being a budget traveler is the myth that they understand math and that they can do math. Only about 1 in 50 has the math skills to just in their head calculate something quickly and evaluate the mathematical probabilities, the mathematical costs. If you want to save money, get out a piece of paper, write down all the numbers, compare everything, write them down, take a calculator and calculate it. That'll save you, the average person will save 50% of their budget. Because they're doing the thing in their head and they got bamboozled by the marketing thing and they lost track of the price and the value. And if you want to compare a hotel to a hotel, you got to say this room at this size is this much money, and then you have to mathematically put a value on things. Sometimes I'm in a $5 hotel that gives me extra things like a swimming pool or things that I would use, but you might not use. And this is okay, I'll give it an easy example. The value of different things. A hotel, close to everything I'm doing, is worth an extra $2 to $3 in taxi fees a day. Obviously, if I'm in a cheap hotel in the middle of Paris, where close to the Eiffel Tower, close to the Champs-Élysées, where I don't have to walk, don't have to spend the time or the money, or the taxi money, it's cheaper. So you got to calculate this. You got to weigh the pros and the cons. And so Andres, the reason's simple. They believe that they can do this in their head. They can't. Bottom line, they cannot do the math in their head. And this is like 99% of people. They just can't add it up, but they consistently believe they can. I think it's really, like Darwin says, it's a failure to adapt. Basically, it's a way to make sure that some people fail. I mean, these complete confidences in our skills it's necessary. We need to have confidence, but, adapting. To believe that you can do math in your head, please, accept who you are. Your delusions will eventually, travel will remove all your delusions. When you sit there and have somebody tell you very bluntly that you're paying twice as much as he is for the same thing. Never ask how much when somebody sits next to me on the airplane and they ask me how much the plane ticket costs, I never tell. I grunt, I go to the toilet, I do all sorts of stuff. Because I want them to have a nice trip, and I don't really want to ruin their trip by telling them that they could have got it for a third of what I paid, a third of what they did.